Okay, let's go.
Welcome to the District Outlet with me, Mr. Couey, and thank you all for tuning in today. Each year we take time to celebrate the greatness of the Columbia County School Board with our Administrator and Teachers of the Year and Non-Instructional of the Year. Today I have with me several of them with us from last year's group, and they're here to talk about what is upcoming in the next couple of days and weeks. So join me today. I have our District Teacher of the Year.
Shelley Teal.
The Principal of the Year is?
Brandy Keene.
Assistant Principal of the Year is?
Latwala Dixon.
And the Director of the Columbia County School Foundation, who puts on all of it, is?
Diana Swisher.
Thank you all for joining me today, and I appreciate everything you do. Today we're going to take a little walk through this journey of what we do and recognizing each one of you and what you liked about it and how the year went, if that's okay. And I'm going to start with you, Miss Teal. Are you ready?
I am.
All right, let's get it going. Our District Teacher of the Year, the top 5 finalists in the state this last year. So what did it feel like to make
It was very surprising. The coolest thing that happened was when they came and they announced it at the school when you were there. I was very grateful for that. And my family got to be there, but that was the one part of all of the things that happened over the year that my kids got to be a part of. So that was very special to me, and I'll always remember just how excited they were and celebrating that day with them and that honor, and it was just a really beautiful experience.
Miss Swisher took me to that got me to go with her that morning. And just watching your husband that morning,
Yeah.
I hate to say it, your mom and dad were excited.
Yeah.
But your husband, I watched his little eyes water up. I was like, this is an amazing moment right here.
Yeah.
It's an amazing moment.
It was sweet.
It really was. So what was your experience like in Orlando? What was that like?
Well, the week leading up to the gala is a huge professional development that the Department of Education puts together with sponsors. And so they really try to celebrate good teaching practices and teach us ways that we can bring even more information back into our districts and into our schools so that teachers that win are not only effective in their classrooms, but that they can help teachers by mentoring them and helping them grow in their own professional practice. So it was really cool. I got to meet a lot of teachers who are very excited about what they do, which was really, it's like coming off a church camp. I don't know if you've ever been to church camp, but when you leave, you're going to change the world. So that's kind of what that week felt like for me, is just being around all those teachers who love teaching and they love education and they have so much passion and drive for what they do. It made me so excited to come back to our district and just bring a little bit of that with me.
See, Miss Teal, I'm old, so church camp was like 50 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So that's been a while. All right, as one of our state 5 finalists, what did it actually feel like to be up on that stage and look down and see everybody in that crowd?
It was a little nerve-wracking, but I didn't fall, so that was a win. It was really cool. It was really sweet because my family got to be there, and then there were so many people representing our school and the district, and so it was just a big celebration. And then because I had met all of the other finalists throughout the summer and the other teachers of the year that week before, getting to celebrate with them and see all of the amazing things that they were doing, it was just really cool. It was a really well put together night to really celebrate what is happening in the state of Florida in education, because I mean our state is amazing in education and other states are even looking to what we're doing. And so just to be reminded of that and what's happening in Florida and how very special it is to work here specifically was really cool.
Miss Cush and I got to be there for you that night, and I have to say it is a beautiful, beautiful event, and the facility that it was at was beautiful too.
Yeah.
And to see you up on that stage meant a lot to all of us from Columbia County.
Well, thank you.
So congratulations. Last question for you. What was the most memorable part of the entire year, and what will you remember the most?
I really think it was being with my kids when they came to announce it. When Chancellor Burns came out, I'm like, why? You know, you kind of start to realize all the pieces are coming together. But I'll specifically always remember my kids chanting, "That's my teacher!" You know, they were just so proud and so excited. And then my family got to be there for that. So I think that's the part that I'll take away the most, was just because it was at my school too. The rest of it was, you know, with peers and with colleagues. But this was my home. So that was really special.
Thank you for all that. You did represent us proudly. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Miss King, we're coming your way
my
now.
turn.
It's your turn to be in the spotlight. District Principal of the Year,
Yes.
parades galore. You have been around. How did it feel to be recognized by all of us as the teacher, as the Principal of the Year?
Yeah. I was very shocked. I was just coming off my first full year as principal. I had been an assistant principal, but really just 1 year as principal. So when you called my name, I was in disbelief. I still am not sure that you called the right name.
I'm not either.
Because, like I said, every principal in that room that night, their name could have been called out. It's an amazing group. So I was definitely shocked.
See, I thought Miss Wisher got it wrong too. I had to check myself. Just messing with you. When you look back at this whole year, what do you remember the most?
I think I agree with Miss Till. The best part it was going back to 5 Points the next day and just everyone celebrating at 5 Points. I will say this, at 5 Points, we know how to celebrate, and they did a great job making sure everyone knew. I think there was a poster that hung up in our office the entire year, and every time I would go to take the poster down, they would say, "You're not taking the poster down." So just celebrating with the faculty and staff and students at 5 Points.
See, I think it was even extra special for that reason.
Yes.
Because you close it. I just think it makes it that much
And
more
at that
special.
time, we didn't know
I know,
the school was
I know.
closing. So yes,
I think that just makes it more special.
Yeah.
What do you really think makes Columbia County a special place to work?
I think it's interesting because especially working with the elementary principals and now the secondary principals, I've got to know everyone really well. And if you look back, we're such a small community, and so many of our administrators went to school in Columbia County. So they want to take care of our students. They're sacrificing things, day in and day out to make sure that our kids are number one. Because at one point, they were in Columbia County schools and someone was doing the same thing for them.
Ms. King, you represented us well.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Now to the lady that wrote scripts to read for our show today, Miss Dixon, our Assistant Principal of the Year. Can you tell me what what representing Columbia County has meant to you?
It has meant a lot, and just as Ms. King said, that night almost a year ago, when it was time to announce Assistant Principal of the Year, I said, "Oh, I think it's him. I think it's her." Mm-hmm. And when you said my name, I was like, "Wait, is that my name?" So it definitely meant a lot because I've been a substitute teacher, of course, a bus driver, a teacher, and now an assistant principal. And to be Assistant Principal of the Year, after I've worked with and under some great assistant principals, to be named that, it's amazing. It means a lot to me.
You wear many hats where you work at Columbia High, many. So what is to you the most rewarding thing you do?
The most rewarding thing to me is probably being that mediator between the parents, students, and the teachers or the school themselves. My goal every day is to make sure all parties involved are heard. I listen. Now, everybody doesn't get what they want, but I like to make sure everyone is heard. And I make sure, hey, is this what you told me? I reiterate it to them. And then, okay, now this is our decision. But my goal is to always make sure everyone is heard. And when they come back, Ms. Dixon, I do not like, the outcome maybe, but I do felt like I was heard because I can't give everybody everything that they want.
Believe me, you're heard. If you could leave one message for all of us about the Columbia County school system, what would it be?
One message. Now, you're limiting me to one message?
Just one.
All right. The one is Columbia County to me, and I've lived in other places. I like to call it my college tour that I did back in the 90s and 2000s. But the one thing is Columbia County, there's no other place like it. There's no other place like it. And I love this town and this county that I was born and raised in and able to come back and raise a family of my own. I love Columbia County.
Again, you represent us well, and I appreciate all you do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now to the lady that puts on the show. All right, Miss Swisher, here we go. What does this gala mean to you, and how much work is it to put it on?
A lot goes into it, for sure. However, I'll say it just means so much. I mean, we're able to celebrate our teachers, school-related employees, and administrators that truly give so much of themselves every single day to make a difference in the lives of our students. So the Night of Excellence in Education is more than just an awards night. It's where we're able to truly put a spotlight on the heart of our district, the people that make our schools so special. So there is work that goes into it. However, for me, it is the most rewarding night to be in a room with everybody that we're all on the same goal, and that goal is working towards making the best possible education we can have for our students.
So that night, what part of that night do you feel like helps boost the morale of the Columbia County School Board for the rest of the year? Because it is a big night to all of us.
I definitely think that it brings the pride and unity among the district. I think that majority of the people that are in that room, they were chosen by their peers, and so I also think that that creates, that pride as well, and that trickles down throughout our schools and the district and the community. And I think that it also is that really good reminder of all of their hard work, that their job truly does matter.
I agree with you on that. I have two questions that aren't on your list, so don't let me freak you out.
Okay.
I just want to know. One's real easy. One I just want to know. Of all the things you do for this event, what is the hardest task? Is it picking the people? Is it picking the place? What is the hardest?
The hardest part of it is when the night is over and you have just four that go move up to the next level. However, everyone in that room is so deserving of that pause and recognition, and to truly have their hard work, their dedication, their creativity, their compassion, for that to be recognized. And so, the hope is that everyone leaves still feeling, as that they are a winner because they were chosen for their school. But just like, with a lot of things in life, just the next group, gets to move up to compete at the next level.
Thank you for all you do. One more question. So the Excellence in Gala, when is it? I know it's coming close. Tell everybody when it is and the time.
Yes. So the Excellence in Education, the Night of Excellence in Education, is November 13th. It's at 6 o'clock at the Blanche Hotel. It is invitation only, and it is hosted by the Columbia County Schools Foundation.
I'm glad it's getting close. I know you get nervous, but it's getting close.
Yes. Yes.
I want to thank all of you for coming today. It means a lot to me that I get to be around greatness in this room, and y'all are. Sitting in this job, you don't get to see a lot of greatness, but I'm glad to be around it. It's nice to have leaders like y'all around me, and that includes me being blessed to be here with you. It's nice to be in this room. Next time we get together, we're going to have the school food service in here, and that'll be in a couple weeks. To all of you, this is important to me. Thank you to all these guests, and thank you all for coming out and listening to what I have to say at this roundtable. It means a lot to our district. It means a lot to our families and to our friends. Bless you all and have a great weekend.